Hello students, welcome back to this next session on digital circuits, and today in this session we are going to talk about the number systems. So what is number system and why at all we require the number system? We all know computers are discrete information processing unit. So if I need to talk to computers, I cannot give this number 19.125. It will not understand that 19.125 is what. Okay, so we need to talk to the computer only in the terms of zeros and ones. I already told you in my previous video, if I need to talk to any digital circuit or if I need to process any signal with the help of digital circuits, I am just dealing with two numbers, that is 0 and 1. So till now we have only studied about the decimal number system. We represent any number system with the digits from 0 to 9. Okay, any number will contain only the digits from 0 to 9. But now I am going to introduce some other number systems as well. So we have already talked about the decimal number system, and now we'll be talking about binary, octal and hexadecimal number system. So one thing is common in all of the number system, that we have some integer part and we have some decimal part. So this is my decimal and this number before decimal. So till here we have the number before decimal, it is the integer part, okay, and after here we have the decimal part. Okay, so we have two parts in the number system, integer and decimal. So how we can represent any number system? Any number system can be represented with the help of a criteria, that is R. What is R? R is called the radix or the base value. Okay, so if I have any number system with R base or R radix, then we can define the number system with R different numbers. Okay, so we can have R different numbers, and these R different numbers are ranging from 0 to R minus 1. Okay, so I hope now it is somewhat clear. If I have decimal, in the decimal, what is my base or the radix? It is represented by the base 10. So here it is represented by 10 different numbers, that is 0, 1, 2 up to 9. So this is what we are doing up till now. So now if I have binary number system, in the binary number system the base is 2 and I represent it with two numbers. So always and always I will start with the 0 and I will move up to the R minus 1. Like in decimal, R was 10, so I moved up to 10 minus 1, which is 9. Okay, so in binary, I will move up to 2 minus 1, which is 1. So I have just two numbers, which is 0 and 1. Okay, now if I talk about octal, in octal we have 8 as the radix value or 8 as the base. So now we again will start from 0 and up to which number I have to move? I have to move to 8 minus 1 is equal to 7. So 0, 1, 2 up to 7. Okay, so now hexadecimal. In the hexadecimal, I have base 16. So I will move from 0 up to 15. Okay, so 0, 1, 2 up till 9. I can represent my numbers, but I gave you one condition, that I have to represent with R different numbers. And if I represent after 9, 10. So it is just the representation of 1 and 0. It is not a different number. It's the combination of 1 and 0. We have already used 0 and 1. Now we cannot use 1 and 0 again. So what I'll be using? Instead of 10, I'll be using A, B, C, D, E and F. So up till 15, I'll be having 0 to 9 and then A, B, C, D, E, F. So this is my hexadecimal representation. So now let's suppose I give you an example. I have a number 746 base 8. So is it a valid number? So here we should have the numbers from 0 to 7 only. Yes, all of the numbers are in the range 0 to 7. This is valid, and this is valid. So it's a valid number. If I give you another representation and if I say 748 base 8. So is it a valid number? Here I have one problem, that I cannot represent the octal number with 8. So here we cannot have in octal number the number 8 as any number representation. So here we cannot represent it with 748. So it's a invalid representation. Okay, so here I gave you the example of integer numbers. Now all of the numbers we are having, we can represent them with integer and decimal. I already told you. Now how we can represent it with the relation to the r. So this is my integer number. Here this is my first number. I can represent this number x1 multiplied with r raised to power 0. So this is the first representation. Now x2 is multiplied with r raised to power 1, x3 is multiplied with r raised to power 2, x4 is multiplied with r cube, x minus 1. Now we are moving to the decimal part. In the decimal part we are multiplying it with r raised to power minus 1, it with r raised to power minus 2, it with r raised to power minus 3 and so on. So this is how we can combine all of the digits. If I know what are the digit at what places and I need to find out the resultant number, I will multiply x4 with r3, x3 with r square, x2 with r1, x1 with r raised to power 0, x minus 1 with r raised to power minus 1, x minus 2 with r raised to power minus 2 and so on. I will add those things. It will give me a number system. So now here I hope you understood what is a number system, what are the different types of number system. So now here we'll be seeing 4 examples of the conversion of the decimal number system. We know what is decimal number system. We know what is 19.125. What is the units place, what is the tens place. We know all of these things in the decimal number system. Now I need to convert these number system into binary, octal and hexadecimal. As all of the conversions are possible, I can convert decimal to binary, I can convert decimal to octal, decimal to hexadecimal. I can convert binary to decimal, binary to hexadecimal, binary to octal. Similarly, I can convert octal to hexadecimal, octal to decimal, octal to binary. So every number system can be converted into one another. So now here which conversion we are seeing? We are seeing the conversion of the decimal to binary, octal and hexadecimal. I have taken 2 examples for binary and one examples for octal and hexadecimal each, because binary conversion is really important. So here I told you that binary is required to talk to the machine. Then why we require octal and hexadecimal? Octal and hexadecimal are required when we have to observe the large binary number. So okay, when we have memories in the 16 binary numbers, we cannot learn these numbers. If I have 16 numbers 10 10 10 111 something something, so I cannot remember it. When I have to remember it, I will convert it into hexadecimal. It will reduce to 4 digits only and I can remember it easily. Similarly, I can have octal representation. So I hope now we can move towards the first example. So here we have 19.125. We need to convert it to the binary number system. So first we are converting. These 2 questions are for binary. Okay, so here we have integer part and we have a decimal part. So we have different rules for integer part and the decimal part. So if I have integer part, what can I do? I can divide it by r. So I am dividing by r, and until I will get the number which is less than r. Okay, so now if I have the decimal part, in the decimal part what I can do, I can multiply with r till when? Till my number will be greater than r itself. So now let's see the first example. The integer part is 19, so this is my 19. I will divide it by 2. So I will be having here 9. What is the remainder? Remainder is 1. So again I will divide it by 2. So here what will be the quotient? So quotient will be 4 and remainder will be 1. So again I will be dividing it by 2. So quotient will be 2 and remainder will be here 0. So again I will be dividing. So when I divide it by 2, I'll be having 1 and the remainder is 0. So what is the binary number? So we'll move from downward to upward direction, and this number represents the integer part. So integer part is 1 0 0 1 1. So this is my integer part. I have simply computed what is the integer part of representation of this number into binary. Now coming to the decimal part. So I have to multiply it with 2. So I'll multiply 0.125 by 2. What I'll be getting? 0.25. Okay. Now again I'll be multiplying 0.25 by 2. I'll be getting 0.5. Okay. So now again I will be multiplying 0.5 by 2. I will be getting 1.0. Now I'll be multiplying 1.0 by 2. It will be a number which is 2, which is not possible. So I will not compute this. So now here I will move from upward to downward. So what is the decimal number? So this number represents my decimal number, which is 0 0 1. So this is the binary representation of 19.125. I hope you understood it. It was really simple. Now coming to the next example. So here we have 25.06. First I will divide 25 by 2. So here we'll be having 12 and the remainder is 1. So again I will divide it by 2. So it will be having the quotient 6 and the remainder 0. So again by 2. So here 3, the remainder is 0. Again I will divide it by 2. So here I'll be having 1 and here I'll be having remainder to be 1 only. So okay, again I have to move from downward to upward direction. So what I'll be having as the integer part? 1 1 0 0 1. So this is my integer part. Now we'll move on to the decimal part. So here we have 0.6. It is multiplied with 2. Sorry, it is 0.06. So here 0.06 multiplied with 2. I'll be getting 0.12. Now 0.12 multiplied with 2. I will be getting 0.24. Now 0.24 will multiply it with 2. I will be getting 0.48. 0.48 will be multiplied by 2. I'll be getting 0.96. Now 0.96 is multiplied by 2. I'll be getting 1.92, and if I multiply 1.92 by 2, it will be a number greater than 2, so I will not consider it. Now I have to move from upward to the downward direction, and what number I'll be having? So I'll be having 0 0 0 0 1. So this is the binary representation of my 25.06 decimal number. So this is my next number. So here I'll be taking it. So 27.625. So this is my octal number. So I'm representing it here. This is my octal number. I need to convert it into binary. So I will be dividing it by R. So what is R in the octal case? In the octal, R is 8. So I will be dividing the integer part with 8. So 27 is divided by 8. So what I'll be getting? So in quotient is 3 and the remainder is 3. So it is done. I cannot divide it further. So here I have 0.625. It is multiplied with 8. So I'll get I will be getting 5.0. Okay, so now when I multiply 5 with 8, I will be getting a number greater than 8. So I will not consider it. So what is the number? Resultant number is, I have to move here from downward to upward, which is 33. Here I have 5. So 33.5 is my octal representation of this decimal number 27.625. Now I have this number 27.625 and again I have to convert it into hexadecimal. Okay, so again I have the integer part. Integer part is 27. I will divide it by 16. So here I'll be having 1 and here I'll be having remainder as 11. So how I represent 11? 10 was represented as A. 11 is represented as B. So I'll be having 1B as the integer. So 1B represents the integer part. Now coming to the decimal part. Decimal part is 0.625. It is multiplied by 16. I will get 10. Now again if I multiply 10 with 16, I will be getting 160. It is greater than R, so I will not take it. So how I represent 10? 10 is represented as A. So 1B dot A represents the hexadecimal number of the binary number 27.625. So I hope you understood each one of the conversion. If you still have any doubt, you can put the doubt in the comment and I will try to resolve it as soon as possible. I hope you like this video. If you like it, share it with your friends, subscribe the channel and push the like button. Thank you.